Hey everybody, I just wanted to weigh in on what's going on in Japan right now. First of all, I'd like to say God bless the people of Japan. What a horrible thing they've just gone through, and I'm praying for them every day, as I'm sure many people around the globe are. I want to talk a little bit about the nuclear scare that's going on right now. I'm not a fan of nuclear energy or nukes at all. The result of what it does to the planet is just horrific, just horrific. So that said, now we have this dire circumstance going on in Japan. So I want to talk a little bit, since I'm on the West Coast, and there's many millions of people on the West Coast that could be affected by the fallout, especially if it gets worse. What we should be looking at. One, I'm going to leave a link below that has a daily counter of the radiation that's being measured here in America and around the world, so you can check it out for yourself. And let's talk a little bit about being prepared. Well, according to Obama, who I just saw, they're saying that we do not have to worry about anything. But in life, I think it's better to be safe than sorry. So to go out and procure some of these iodine pills, which I might add you do not take unless it's a real emergency, because they will hurt and shut down your thyroid. So they're not something you just want to take. You want to have them on hand, of course, because the bottom line is, by the time they're deciding that this is a real threat, people are going to be in a panic. And then getting it, even though the government would probably hand it out, would probably mean standing in big lines and things like that. So whether or not it's going to impact us, I say I'm being safe. And I had my doctor write me a prescription for it, and I'm getting some for my family to keep just in case. The other thing I really wanted to say is, if you've noticed something that's really obvious that everyone's been talking, all the preppers talked about, that all the shelves are empty of food and water, even in Tokyo, like miles and miles away, right? So don't wait for the last minute to go get that extra food and water, or you're going to be like everybody else, standing in blocks and lines waiting to get what they can get. Don't put yourself through that. You know, if you live on the West Coast, you live in an earthquake zone, so anything could happen anyway. So you should be basically, you know, prepared to exist for at least a couple weeks without help. I mean, bare minimum. So I really highly recommend you go do that. Okay, so also I want to talk a little about HAARP. People, you know, there's things going around that they believe that this earthquake has to do with HAARP, and us trying to somehow use HAARP to inflict damage on Japan and affect their currency. I don't know, I'm not buying that. Not that we're not capable of using HAARP and it's not capable of producing earthquakes. I just think we are on the ring of fire, right? And Chile, New Zealand, and Japan have already had really big earthquakes. And I just think, if anything, I mean, if there was any, to me, my guess would be, if there was any, you know, horrible behind-the-scenes plot going on with HAARP, it would be to ease the pressure off the fault lines so maybe the West Coast didn't get hit. That would be what I would think if it was even true. So I don't know what you guys think about HAARP, if you think it was HAARP, but I don't really think it was HAARP. That said, I just want to send out my love and prayers to everybody in Japan. It's a really horrible thing, and God bless everybody. And don't wait another day to get prepared. Okay? All right, thanks, guys.